Hello, friends. Um, I'm gonna wait and see when YouTube finally catches up, but how are you guys doing? If you guys are wondering why the lighting looks a little bit different today, it's because it is quite warm where I am, and if I have the studio lights on, I will melt. I will completely melt. So, this is the setup we have today. It's just our normal one, except with natural lighting, which is actually why my flute is lit so well. It's actually lit much better with natural lighting than with the studio lights. So I started doing this because my Twitch peeps, I noticed, really like looking at my flute. So I just kind of set up my flute now so that you guys can look at it while I say hello to you guys. I am thinking this time I will spend maybe 15 minutes or so chatting with you guys, and then we'll get started. I always find that, because I'm trying to get a feel of, like, you know, how much do I talk versus how much do I play? Because I know that a lot of you guys are here to hear me play, not just to hear me talk. So kind of want to strike a good balance. But yeah, so we're gonna do a roll call. I was already chatting with some of you guys, you know, while we're all waiting for 1:30 to hit. So I just kind of started doing that because I got sick of just like watching the chat go by and not saying anything until I like popped on screen. So I was like, why don't I just say hi to people while we're all waiting for the stream to start? So anyway, let's do a bit of a roll call here. Just going to, let's see here, grab the chat out here. Okay, lovely. So, all right, this is gonna be quite the roll call here. Who's here? So Rebirth is here. Oriana, Amir, Carlos, Marv, Christopher Flute, Blue Diamonds. Let's see, who else? Megan, hello. Molly, Santiago, Noel, hello. Mateo, the weird artist out, Flobo, Terry, Valentine. Lizzie's music, Oriana. I said it, Oriana, right? I know you. Did I say Tannerman? Hello, Tannerman. David, Darcy. Who else is here? Malachi, hello. Emily is here as well. Majimonkichi, what's up? How are you doing? Okay, let's see. Yep, another Molly. You've been thinking of joining me on Patreon. We would love to have you there. We're very chill over there. I haven't had a lot of interesting things to post on there this week, so I just haven't. But yeah, I like, if I want to share something with you guys, that's where I share it. Just because you know, social media, like, ironically, isn't really my thing. The natural light is nicer. I'm glad. I mean, in the winter, it's already dark well, not dark, but it's very cloudy, and so you don't get this like really nice like soft lighting that I'm getting right now. So, you know. Yeah, you guys agree that my flute looks really nice in this lighting, right? Yeah. I completely agree. More reddish in this color. I would say that like that is pretty darn accurate to what it looks like IRL. So I kind of like it. I'm like not complaining that I'm not turning on my studio lights. Hey Katie, hey Anne, Kane, what's up? What's up? See, Kane, I knew that you guys would like that. I started doing this on Twitch, that I just kind of start the stream off with you guys, like, you know, with my flute open like this, because I noticed that you guys really like looking at it. So I was like, you know what? Just give the people what they want, right? Hey, Ryan. Hey, Haya. Natasha, what's up? What's up? Jody. Lovely. Okay, wow. For the first time in my life, I've actually caught up with the chat, so this is fantastic. Valentine like the holiday. First time watching, Terry. Well, we welcome you here. We're a very friendly bunch here. I'm very happy to say that my communities here on YouTube and Twitch are really welcoming, especially after we shut down the spam. Isn't this nice? You guys can like talk to each other and stuff. So speaking of spam, I thought I would make a mention about some of the rules regarding this live stream. I did not originally have rules regarding this live stream, but there are some rules, and one of them is no spamming. So please do not ask questions repeatedly. I do see them, and I am the type of person where if you repeat the question, not only will it shut me down in terms of even wanting to answer your question, it will make me want to remove you. And so I've been wanting to do that for a while and decided, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. So anyone who repeats questions over and over and over and disrupts the conversation that you guys are having in the chat will be removed from the chat. The chat is here for you guys to talk with each other, to chat, have fun, have people to hang out with, kind of like a sort of like a coffee shop environment, you know what I mean? You kind of drop in, say hi, you know, listen to some flute music, some sight reading, that is. You know, so yeah. What was the spam? The spam was either repeated personal questions about myself or repeated requests. So that is another great segue. If you want to request a sight reading thing for me to do, the link is in the description below. I will only take requests through that form. I do not promise to sight read everything. I don't promise to sight read every request I get, especially if they are repeats, and especially if I get sent YouTube links. Now, if the YouTube link that is sent to me is interesting, then I'll try to figure it out by ear. But that's not sight reading. So some people seem to not realize that, or have not seen my videos where I make it very clear that I have a very poor ear. So, but if it's interesting, especially if it's video game music, hint, hint, I will try to figure out. Like, I think I will want to try to figure it out. But I leave the discretion up to myself, okay, guys? So no promises. Yeah, so you like my intensity? ICEEVV is a friend IRL. So yes, I am just putting a stop to the spam, just so you guys can actually talk to each other. You know, I really enjoy seeing the chat when you guys are just having fun talking to each other. It makes me really happy. If I see spam, it just gives me a lot of anxiety. It doesn't make me want to play for you guys, and it doesn't make me want to talk to you guys, which is bad, right? So, and you know what? I realized that if I didn't tell you guys this, that you guys wouldn't know. So we're just making it clear. Yeah. The Zelda event. Oh, look, it's Zelda. Okay, that's an inside joke. But yeah. Oriana, thank you. um, so, yeah. So my ear training, everything that I do with my ear is taught. None of it is natural. I don't do any of it naturally. So I think some people are mistaken when they think that I can easily do things by ear. I can't. I'm basically doing music theory in my head. Isn't that interesting, right? So, but that's basically what I'm doing, you know. How long will I be live? I will be live until 3:45 my time. You guys can clearly see what time it is on my side of the world. I do that specifically so that you guys can actually see what time it is on my side of the world. So it'll be 3:45. I'll stream until then. Last time I was feeling under the weather. I was on my period, so I didn't really talk with you guys too much. I decided to just play, and then I got carried away and then played for the entire 2 hours and 15 minutes. I was so tired, guys. So we are going back to our normal routine of, like, right now I'm chatting with you guys until like 1:45, and then I'll start playing some of these sight reading requests. And then I am going to, like, after about an hour-ish, something like that, I'm gonna take a break and fix myself a tea or something like that. I know a tea in, like, hot weather sounds really weird, but I love tea. I love tea and coffee. I actually like coffee more, but my skin can't take it. As you can see, I've been breaking out a little bit because I've been a naughty girl, eating dairy and stuff like that. So I knew that this was gonna happen to me. I completely just accepted it. But I'm gonna, like, take a little break to go to the bathroom, make a tea, and then I'll come back and chat with you guys. So if you guys have any questions, anything you've been wondering about me, like, let's keep it about music though, if we can. That'd be fantastic. If you're wondering about, like, my experiences with music, maybe you have a question about something flute related, save your questions until the second half of this stream, because I'll take 10 questions. So, and quite honestly, I think the way I'll take the questions is if they're unique questions that I have not answered before. So I don't really have a method for that yet. Sometime down the road, I want to have some sort of poll where I can pull questions from you guys and get you guys to vote on which ones are interesting, like which ones you guys want to hear me talk about. But for now, I haven't set that up, so I'm just gonna look through the chat and see what are some unique questions I've never gotten before. So, hey Anna, hey Flutist Finny, yo Andrew. What's up? Shout out to the unnatural ears, yeah. Yeah, everything I do, like, dictation related, ear training related, 100% taught by my lovely professors in music school. And I have proof that I am bad at ear training because I have a giant W, which stands for withdrawn, for the first ear training course I ever took in music school. And the reason why it's withdrawn is because it was actually a pass or fail course. And if you failed it, it was an automatic withdrawal from the course. Yeah, that's how it worked. So I have a giant W on my transcript. The school made it seem like that would be a huge problem when you go and, apply for a master's and stuff like that. At least the school that I, applied to for my master's did not care a single bit about that W. In fact, it never came up. They never asked about it. So I'm thinking they didn't even see it on the transcript. So it's not, I know this sounds horrible coming from a musician on YouTube, but it's not that bad to fail an exam or to fail a course. The most that'll happen is that you have to take it again, right? And then you learn from it. And then for some reason, people in the future will think that you can do things by ear, So it's really not that bad. Molly, you joined Patreon. Fantastic. We are going to be so happy to have you there. If you joined at the $5 tier, please go ahead and link your Discord with Patreon, and then my Patreon bot will automatically invite you into our patron-only Discord. So please do that. We're very much looking forward to saying hello to you over there. And we just kind of talk about, random stuff in our Discord. It's just a place for you guys to chat, and then I can join the chat with you guys sometimes, on my off time. And we have a coffee thread on Discord. Yes, we do. Of course we do, right? I should probably have a tea thread too. That's what I'm thinking. All right, well, it is 10 seconds to 1:45, so why don't we get started, guys? Yeah? All right, now, don't worry, guys. I'm not taking the flute away from you, okay? Okay? I did totally prop it up on some books. Also, do you guys see? I moved my Animal Crossing Switch over here. I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna hide anymore that we totally pre-ordered it and I've been enjoying it, Like, might as well just be proud of it. Hey Alfredo, how are you doing? Super Mommy, you have many W's on your transcript. Yep. And you know what, guys? No one cares. They make it seem like when you get the W, when you get it, the school or the administrators or whoever it is, professor or whoever, always make it seem like it's going to be a big deal and that it's going to affect you forever and, all that good stuff, that, like this will follow you to the grave type of thing. But let me tell you, quite honestly, no one has time to care. I know that sounds really quite strange, but nobody has time to care. Yeah. Andrew, your old trumpet professor, admitted that he never looked at transcripts. He made sure you graduated and listened to your audition. That's exactly it. At least in music school, they're more concerned about how you play and do you seem to be like when you play in the audition, and maybe they might ask you to do something a little bit different with your music. Are you able to adapt? Are you able to kind of try something new? Would you be resistant to change, right? At least that's what I look for in a student. Like, if you are willing to try things, even if it doesn't work for you, at the very least, we can have a conversation where you tell me it doesn't work, and then we can work things out from there, right? But if you're the type of student who's looking for, like, one pill fixes all type of education, right? Then, yeah, music school type of training is not going to do it for you. The best lessons are the types of lessons where you're experimenting, you're trying things, you're going back and forth between you and your teacher, trying different things, and you learn the most when you do that, right? Because you are engaged as a student. So yeah, and all that good stuff. Should I have a shirt that says that? Do you guys like this shirt? I love this shirt. This shirt is so old. It's so old, but I love this shirt. I found this shirt randomly in a Ross, and is it the best quality? Absolutely not. But it's light and it's perfect for, like, it's very light fabric, so it's perfect for this type of really hot weather. And I love what it says. Do I know Ballad for Flute and Orchestra by Perlo? I mean, or Ballade, right? Is that actually how you say it? So I have, like, in here, there's one piece by him, which I think is Ballade, right? Um, yeah. So I taught some of this to a student. I will admit that I haven't played it myself though. But if it's the same piece as the one that's in here, then I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Are you studying that one? Is that what you're studying? 'Cause that's real cool. All right, guys. So of course, the first request for today is one that apparently is just going to kill me. So I haven't done this in a hot minute, okay? So it's probably going to be a hot mess. But someone requested Mendelssohn's Midsummer Night's Dream, the excerpt. So give me a second to put the link. I'm going to put a different link than what this person sent me. But I'm putting a link so that you guys can see the music. So let's put it here. This is a request there, and it is by request by Martin. So guys, if you want to follow along with the music, refresh this page. It is now, I've linked the music below so you guys can follow along, and then you guys can see how much I mess up. But there you go. I changed the font of this too. I feel like it looks a little better than the last one. But you know, this stream will develop. Oh my gosh. I will tell you that I have slight PTSD when it comes to this particular excerpt. However, I will try my friend Paul's way of holding the left hand on the flute, because it makes this a lot easier. I used to have a lot of problems with just posture related things on this piece because it goes so much over the C and the D, which is like this and then like this. It's like almost no fingers and then almost all the fingers, right? So in fact they are exact inverses of each other. So you know, I had a lot of problems with that when I was younger. Like I could make it through, but it wasn't like super clean and amazing. So yeah. Okay, yeah, so you guys are just gonna watch me basically deal with my PTSD right now. Okay, so let's do a bit of a warm-up. I need to pop the chat out so I can see what you guys are saying too on the side. Yo, Jane, how are you doing? You guys are so encouraging. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here goes nothing. Yes, I do remember you talking about your third trill key. So it's for trills from C to D, C sharp to D. But isn't that these two? No? Yeah, yep, Amir, this is me facing my fears live. It's just, oh my gosh, guys. The PTSD is real with this one. It's very real. I avoid this one like the plague, as you can see by how much I'm talking before doing it. Okay. Oh gosh, see? Right there. You're not supposed to take a breath there. So I'm going to do it again. One more time. So you're supposed to do the whole last bit in one breath. Okay. All right. There's still some parts of it that I think could be better. Thanks, Jane. Okay. So the part that I want to clean up. Oh, wait. Right there. I'm trying out Paul's new position, which is a lot easier, but I keep going back to my old way. Absolutely, it is okay if you direct your students to my videos. That is a huge honor. I know you're a teacher, so just say hi to them for me, please. Yeah, so this bit, so not everyone has the same problem, but I have a big problem with that bit right there. jump for me. Ah, flute enthusiast, you're totally right. I probably should have memorized this. Well, let's see how much I remember. No. Oh, okay. Yep, Darcy. Right there. So it goes back up. Okay. Okay. This has turned into memorize with me, which I'm fine with. Let's do it. Okay, that's the part that I keep messing up. That's good to know. Gosh. That's the part that I keep misremembering. Jody, you're so sweet. Thank you. Oh man. Yeah, I used to have a lot of problems with this. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm still like working through some things too. Part of it is that I can feel that I'm trying almost too hard, if that makes sense. Oops. So it ends first, and then it does like the extended version. So what I can hear is, I think I'm trying to play it the way I used to on my other head joint, which like I had to work really hard. So I think what I would do if I was practicing this, so what I'm doing is like I'm trying to like figure out how much I can just not really think about it and relax. Okay. Okay, so I can actually feel that it's like sitting in a much more comfortable spot. So this type of practicing is really only if you're on a head joint that matches you really well. Like basically instead of trying to figure out what your flute wants, you have to actually figure out what you want to do. And then you just kind of like sit in that and the flute matches you. So it's a very kind of like backwards way of practicing than I'm used to. So, okay, that could be cleaner, but can you hear how it's like clearer, right? Like the sound is clearer. So, oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, you guys hear that? Like it sounds very different than how I was doing it earlier, right? So It's a very backwards way of practicing that I'm used to. I'm used to like working with the flute and getting it to a point where the flute likes it, but like I'm really uncomfortable. So I have to actually kind of settle into what I'm comfortable with, and then the flute is naturally matching me. So it's very backwards. Like I have to constantly remind myself that I don't have to not do what I want to do, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I would have to work on that more, just to kind of like, right? It sounds better than when I started. Yeah, because like the way that I'm used to playing this is on my old head joint. And I basically have to unlearn everything that I did on that flute. Yeah, it is very nice to play on a flute that just gets you, because you can just kind of like, you can actually not think about it, you know what I mean? But I have spent so long thinking about it that it feels almost wrong to let myself play that way, you know? Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good and feels good, but whew. Yeah. Is this the stuff that you don't have to worry about when you're playing the piano? Tone production and stuff like that? Yeah. It's kind of luck of the draw. And I really hope one day there's more of a science, like even more of a science than now, you know, in terms of finding a flute that matches you. It is seriously, at least in my experience, it definitely is a little bit of a luck of the draw. You know what I mean? Like to see if you end up with something that you really like, you know? All right. See, I'm like working too hard already. Sorry, forgot about it. No. Hey Jenny, how are you doing? difference too, because I can definitely hear the difference. Like when I just kind of like relax down into my like actual, my actual like relaxed type of playing, it might take like my suspicion is that it's gonna take me a while to like realize that I can really just relax down that far, you know? Like it is definitely an adjustment that will take me a while because I have been playing on my old head joint for like 11 years. You know, that'll do a number to you, right? Anyway, I probably spent way too long on this now, so we should really look into the next one. Shin has requested a different Chaminade piece. I've never actually heard this one before. So let me just update. Let's first update the description. Okay, so yeah, I've never seen this one before. La 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 la. Request by chinechinecherie. Sérénade à étoiles. Étoiles? 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 I'm sorry. I really should not even try. Oriana can probably correct me there. So this is by Chaminade. So cool. All right, this is actual sight reading now. All right, let me just change this on my thing here. Oops. What? Oh. No. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Copy. Paste. There we go. Interesting. Okay. Sorry I took so long on that. It kind of became a memorize with me. All right, anyway, let's see what's this. So we're going at, I don't have my phone on me. Okay, we're gonna have to do this what's the metronome. If you go to like metronome, if you just type in metronome on Google, there's a built-in one. Okay. Okay. I'll do it again. I see you, Chaminade. do that whole page again. Butchered it pretty good. Okay. Give me a second. One more time from the top. Nope. I think there's actually a part there that says do not breathe. Sans respirer. So I think he's trying to make sure, she's trying to make sure that you don't breathe right there. Cute. Very cute. Okay. Ooh. Oh. That is very interesting. Okay. Oh. I keep missing that. Once more. I'm working too hard. one part. I got real distracted because there's this one part, if you're following along, kind of like a third the way down on, I think it's the third page, but it's labeled page 9. There's a stringendo that's like stretched out where strin is in one bar, gen is in one bar, and then do is at the end of that same bar. So strin, gen, do. Which is kind of weird because my brain, as you can tell, slows it down. So my brain wants to slow it down, but it's a stringendo, which means to get faster. So it's like, anyway. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. High F sharp, really? That threw me for a loop. I was like, oh! Okay, once more at the ending. Something like that. That is cute. That is very cute. I did not know that Chaminade did that. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Okay. Nino wants Introduction and Variations by Trockne Blumen. I'm taking a look at the time and I'm realizing that's probably... Oh man, these sight reading requests are going to go by so slowly because these pieces are real long. And then also I ended up like trying to memorize the other one. So that made it even longer. So Nino wants Trockne Blumen. Looks like you linked a YouTube video, which I guess I could link for everyone else, but the thing is, it has no music. Okay, there's one recording online that has it, but then it's also on IMSLP, so I'm going to link the IMSLP. I'm actually just going to link that whole site there. So, so you guys can follow along. So this one is Request by Nino. This is Introduction and Variations on Trockne Blumen by Schubert. Let me just make sure I spelled everything correctly. So I have the music here. I did this one for my master's level recital, I think. Yeah, I think. All right, you're gonna make me revisit this too, eh? Okay. So, let me just make sure that I have everything on here. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. So, save. All right, guys. So please refresh the page so you guys can see that. And follow along. So it's the request by Nino. for introduction and variations on Trockne Blumen. All right. You guys making me work. Making me work. You guys. High F sharp is by far your least favorite note. Probably mine too. I learned to love it when I could do it, right? So like I learned it through the Treasure Planet theme. You guys know this one? Oh, does the link not work? Let me give you guys another link then, because I gave you guys the link to the the IMSLP page, but maybe it didn't link properly. Give me a second, guys. Okay, if you copy and paste it, you should be able to see it. But I wanted to paste the whole thing so you guys could see the flute part and the complete score. So, you know, that way you guys aren't just like stuck with like one part. You know what I mean? Yeah, unfortunately you might need to copy and paste it in order to see it correctly. So sorry about that, guys. Okay. But yeah, that particular thing that I, that theme that I played just now, that's the one that really made me like, woo. Oh, I know what to do. Let me turn it into a bit.ly link, and then you guys can probably click it. I know what to do. Shorten my link. Copy. Okay. This one you guys can probably click on. Does that sound good? Okay. I changed it. Refresh the page. I changed it. Hopefully that works for you guys. Bit.ly should be a good one. It doesn't work when you copy and paste? Oh, I wonder why it's working for me then. That's really quite strange. We'll see if the bit.ly will get you where you need to go. Yeah, it is getting me where I need to go. Yeah, let me know. It works now. Okay, cool. Yay! All right. Wow, the Santa Barbara Community Flute Ensemble. Hi guys. How are you? Thank you for joining. You're about to hear me butcher the Schubert Trockne Blumen, which I played years ago for my master's level recital. And I haven't really played it much since. So, you know, this is going to be a trip. Here you go. Nice trip down memory lane. I'm also probably going to end up playing it kind of the way I used to. With a lot of effort, so this is going to be an interesting revisit for me. You guys are doing great, excellent. That I'm glad to hear. Are you guys, well, I mean, I see that you guys have a YouTube channel. Are you guys, because especially in this like crazy time right now, are you guys doing like videos and stuff? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. But are you guys doing like, you know, videos and stuff like that, like to kind of keep up the, like the flute ensemble? Yeah, it's kind of a tricky time for all of us, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Whoa, I am leaking. Like my flute is leaking literally down my leg. Okay. All right. Oops. Didn't realize that. You know, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have a soft spot for California. You know, the internet doesn't think so, but I was born in California and got my flute life started there. So I have a soft spot for California. So when I saw Santa Barbara, I was like, oh man, California, hello. Oh, Natasha. Earplugs make playing the pick easier. I completely agree with you. I definitely felt like my piccolo playing got a lot better after I started wearing, you know, earplugs. Gosh, I need some tea. You're taking a break? I hope you guys can resume soon too. It's it's a tough time, especially when we play the flute, right? Because when we play the flute, we're literally blowing air into the environment. So like we have to face the fact that our instrument is probably the worst when it comes to the health and safety of everyone in this crazy time. Yeah. Awesome, Natasha. Oh, Jeff. I see you have some less than fond memories of California. That's really kind of what happens, isn't it? Right? You relate a place to your memories, right? Yeah. See, Darcy went to California for honeymoon. Therefore, beautiful, right? Yeah. So many Darcys in here. I love it. Because I know a third Darcy, too. Okay. Let's try this, guys. There you go. Sorry. No, that was right. What? Do I need that breath anymore? I had that breath in there, but I think it'll be more dramatic without. All right, guys, this is what happens when I've worked on a piece before, okay? You get me basically critiquing how I used to play it. All right, we're gonna take that out because I feel like for dramatic reasons, it doesn't really work there. So let's back it up a bit. Okay. I need to tank up in that giant rest. Why am I not doing anything in the giant rest? I have no idea. Okay, we'll change that. Oh. Very differently than I used to. Give me a second, guys. My keys are sticky. All right. Keys are sticky. Not a surprise because it's so darn warm. I mean, my California friends in here and anyone here who lives in like an Asian country and otherwise probably laughing at me and how weak I am when it comes to how warm it is here. But it's warm to us here. Yeah, the second scale, this one. Did I play that wrong? I must have played that wrong. Okay. How warm is it? To all my friends who use Celsius, it's 23. That's why I was saying that you guys are probably laughing at me. It's like 23.7. Cleanly. Did I do that too slowly? I feel like I did that too slowly. But I liked milking that. That was fun. Anyway. Okay, I was just checking my stream to make sure that I actually wrote the right piece on here. Because so last time, I forgot to for one of the pieces for a really long time. Okay. Is it 24 where you are in Israel? Yeah, I know you guys are like... You guys are probably laughing at me at how weak I am. To me, this is really warm. Like, so warm that I'm not turning on my studio lights, you know? Okay. Okay, I totally rubato the heck out of that. I hope you guys don't mind. Okay. And then the piano does more stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa, wait. Okay. Major, not whatever the heck I was playing. I was basically playing like a mode, I think. Okay. Here we go. I'm not repeating. We ain't gonna repeat today. Did I used to rubato the heck out of that? I'm not sure. Anyway. Nope. Okay. Of course I said that I wasn't going to do a repeat, and of course I do the first ending. Oh! Okay, I'm like working out the tempo here. I did something really weird, I feel. Okay. So that is all one beat. Okay, sorry. I got really confused there because of the way that it's written. So it's clear that he's trying, like, the way that this is edited is to make it look like it's written in 4/8. Actually, it makes more sense in 4/8 than in 2/4. And so my brain was like, wait, where are my quarter notes? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Woo. My goodness. 10 tuple. The deck tuple in Vivaldi's 4/4/3 second movement. I think I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about the piccolo concerto, right? Yeah, I know that one just like messed with my head for a while. I was like, what? Okay, anyway. All right, you guys have heard enough of that variation. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay. Piano. More piano. And then piano. I would maybe milk that one a little bit more. I would probably like work that out with the pianist to be like, let's milk it right there, you know? Okay. Oh gosh. Let's see if I remember these. Oh wait. Let's see the critical notes. There are some critical notes about this somewhere. Where are the critical notes? Critical notes. Critical notes. Where be the critical notes? Critical notes. Okay. Bar. Oh. Okay, in variation 2, Schubert unintentionally omitted one bar in the closing Maggiore section. The realization in the present edition corrects this omission without making further changes. In connection with the 8-bar form of the Maggiore section, which begins here at bar 110. Okay. Right, so Schubert accidentally omitted it. Oh, okay. Okay. So we should play it an extra time because it was actually kind of his typo. Wait, let me see the piano part. I remember discussing this with my teacher before, and I can't remember what we decided to do. Apparently, we did decide to repeat it. Okay, good to know. Good to know. We did decide to repeat it. All right, so. Of this. No. Okay, that's cute. Okay. Okay. Okay, I should do it like that. All right. Okay. Hopefully I did that somewhat right. I remember having to work out the rhythm of that part. It was kind of like, whoa. Okay. Anyway. Piano, 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 piano. So cute. I wish I did more rubato when I was studying this, because there's so much room to be just kind of like really sassy. You know. Critical notes. I did just roll my R. I can roll my R like for like short bursts. Critical, you know? But I can't like sustain the roll. Like my tongue just doesn't do it, you know? You can't see the music. I mean, like, I linked it for you guys so you guys can see the music. So, description. If it's not there, refresh the page. It's there. It's a bit.ly link for you guys. Okay. All right. Okay. I remember this. Okay. 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 Am I going too fast? Okay, my brain. Okay, so I think I need to just, like, I think my memory of it was actually correct. So. Nope. Okay, that was correct. I think that was correct, right? Huh. All right. Good grief. Okay. I have to figure that part out. Yeah. No, too fast. Da 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 da. All right. me work. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. So, am I doing that right? I hope. I needed to memorize this, and I clearly did not. Yeah, that last bit, man. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I need to back it up a bit. My goodness. You like the call and response nature of this piece? I do too. It was one of the reasons why I really like playing this with piano, because there's even more of that call and response with the piano. Because the piano has just as important of a part to make this piece work as the flute does. So you guys are actually missing out a whole huge chunk of kind of the charm of this piece. Also, you're listening to me like relearn some of the things that I've forgotten. That's as good as it's gonna get right now. It probably could go faster than that too. Okay. There we go. We're gonna keep going. So this part is a lot more charming with a piano playing with you. Unfortunately, it sounds a bit dry without the piano. Piano. definitely missing that piano, man. Did not work so hard on those E's. I forgot it goes all the way down to low B. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So I used to have to work really hard to get that low B out, and now I'm like way overdoing it. I was able to get that low B out that time because I imagined playing an octave higher than it, and then it came out. Like that is the level of like how much this on this head joint I don't actually really have to work. So I was like way overshooting it. My goodness. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, this thing never ends. Okay. That's cute. Okay. Nope. You hear how you're missing a lot of piano in this part? Like this is like when the piano's like going ham, you know? Actually, like, in a way, accompanying the piano at this point. Anyway, okay. Oh, okay. I forgot to hold the other one for a whole note. All right, here we go. Okay. actually, it is slurred. We'll keep going because you guys are going to hear it again. I definitely played that better than I used to. So that's comforting. Okay, I'm working way too hard. Give me a second to find those E's. No. Okay, the placement of those E's are very different from before. Oh, I know I ended it, but I want to do it one more time. Yeah, I'm overshooting it. Someone disliked this stream? People are allowed to dislike what they want to dislike. So now I'm preaching to the choir here, but there are some people who don't like the fact that I stream. So there are some people who would rather me go back to my weekly videos. But the thing is, I am so burned out on making weekly videos that it's, even if it is going to happen sometime in the future again, it's not happening right now. Like, I am so burned out when it comes to making weekly videos. I very much prefer talking to you guys like this. You guys can see me actually working through things like this. It's real, it's raw. You guys can see what I'm not good at as well as what I am good at. Like, I think it's more important to show what I'm not good at and how I work through it. In my opinion, that's more useful to you guys. So, but yeah, some people don't like the fact that I stream, so I will get dislikes. That's just kind of how it be, you know? it also might be people who have been removed from the chat or has been banned from the channel, so they might come back and dislike my stuff. So, you know. Is it the editing process? No, it's not. I actually enjoy editing, but it's the sitting in front of a camera and making something up to talk about, like coming up with something on my own to talk about, and then having to find a way to present it to you guys, rather than having this kind of two-way talking that we're doing right now, right? Which is like, I'm looking at the chat, I'm seeing what you guys are saying, and then I'm like talking to you guys, right? Yeah. Yeah. So definitely, you know, definitely there are trolls. Definitely there are people who just don't like the fact that I've removed them from the channel. So they will come back and try and dislike the stuff. And it's like, it's okay. If that makes you feel better, then go ahead. It's okay. You know, like, I'm okay not being liked by everyone. It's fine. Yeah. 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 So Jay Cortez is pointing out something that I kind of came to terms with too, which is that, like, if I am finding myself doing something that is not giving me any enjoyment whatsoever, and it's not making me a lot of money, because let's face it, guys, YouTube does not make me a lot of money. It's like pocket change, basically. Then why, right? Like, the content that I'm gonna make, if I don't want to make it, is gonna be quite poor, in my opinion. And you guys can kind of see that in sort of my later videos. They're not as good as my earlier videos, and I will be the first person to point that out. But I feel that when I come on stream with you guys and I talk with you guys, I feel that you guys get more of me, of actual me, you know? Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm perfect, nor godly, nor on the level of Jasmine Choi. Oh, definitely not. But I like to show you guys what I'm not good at. You know what I mean? Like, I like to show you guys how I work through it. I want to show you guys that I'm not perfect. Partially, it's for somewhat of a selfish reason. I have incredible imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome? What the hell am I talking about? Imposter syndrome. So it's really bad, where even now, as I continue to show you guys my faults and what I'm bad at, and showing you guys how I'm working through it, showing you guys my PTSD and stuff like that, like, even though I show you guys the real me every week and every day, if you hop on over to Twitch and join us there, even then, guys, I still have moments where I'm like, what if people find out how bad I really am, you know? And what if people find out that I can't play this properly? What if people find out that I can't do this flute thing properly, you know? And my saving grace right now is the fact that my answer in my brain to that is, too bad, Joe, they already know. You know? Like, I have footage online that shows all these things that I am bad at, you know? And it shows me working through them and getting better and stuff like that. And so for me, it's incredibly healing, because I don't have to worry that I need to hide that I'm bad at something. I don't have to hide. And I cannot tell you how incredibly freeing that is. You know, it is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's liberating. It's like being able to have an like a concrete answer to the question of what if they find out. And the concrete answer is they already know because I have footage online that shows it. Like having that kind of concrete reason is wow. It's like immediately like, oh yeah, I guess there's nothing to really dwell on here, you know? And whereas before I did it this way, I was constantly having to like almost have like coaching sessions with myself, being like, it's okay to not be good at everything. You know, like if people don't like you, that's okay too. My life isn't going to end just because people don't like me. You know, stuff like that. Like I had to have coaching sessions, like mental coaching sessions with myself to like really like work through it. And you know, it's kind of amazing when you don't have to do that. When you kind of just be like, well, too bad, girl. Like your stuff is online, you know. It do be what it do be, you know. Like that's kind of I love the fact that I can actually say that to myself now. Like, too bad, girl. Your stuff is online. Everything is online, you know? All right, so let's get your questions now. So I realize that I've totally run over time. But let's answer a few questions before I take my 15-minute break between this stream and the next stream, which is going to be on Twitch. That one I'm actually going to practice. I feel like I've already been practicing, so that one might be a little bit more relaxed of a practice session. But anyway, let me just write down a few questions. So I'm just going to scan through the chat right now. And if you have any questions, pop them in. I don't promise that I'm going to answer you this time because I really only have, like 17 minutes to answer, because of course I went way over time with this. But yeah, I want to see what unique questions you guys have. Joanna equals just another flute equals just another random internet person plus the flute. That's exactly how I'm trying to present myself, right? I'm trying to let you guys know I'm just a normal person, okay? I'm not, let me tell you guys, okay? Like, if you guys did not already know, I was a very mediocre student in music school. Like, you could not get more average than me, all right? Like, I was very average flute student. Average, if not lower than, oh, right, you guys like looking at my flute, so let me do this for you. Yeah? Okay, there you go. I know you guys like that, so let me prop it up for you. There and there. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I know you guys like looking at her, so there you go. With the natural lighting too. Oh, so nice. Okay, there. I'll just make sure it's actually focused too. There we go. Oh, sorry. That is incredibly crooked. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so there. There we go. That's slightly less crooked. Ooh. There. Okay. So, all right. What are your questions? The real me is much better. Magic Monkishi. I'm glad. Yeah. You guys are great. Okay, that's a question I've never been asked before. Oriana is asking me if I've ever thought of having my brother teach me the trumpet for fun. So he did. He taught me a bit when we were kids, and I had so much trouble with it. Because flute embouchure and trumpet embouchure are so different. I just, the concept of buzzing into a mouthpiece to make sound is so foreign to me, because that is 100% what you're not supposed to do on the flute, right? So that was really fun though. I have some great memories of us as kids fooling around on our musical instruments and stuff. Yeah. Alfredo is asking, yeah, okay. So Alfredo's asking if it's hard to get a job playing the flute in an orchestra. So, what's really funny is that I don't actually get this question very often from you guys, but I get this question a lot IRL. So, like, in real life, when people meet me and they're like, hey, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a flute teacher. Because that's primarily what I do. I'm primarily a flute teacher. And then, it kind of depends on people's interest level. Some people don't find the flute very interesting, so we don't really talk about it, and I'm not going to push the subject on them. But some people are very interested in what I do. So they ask me, like, hey, as Alfredo is asking, is it really hard to get a job playing the flute in an orchestra? Yes. 100% yes. Why? Oversaturation. Okay? So essentially it's you only have 3 spots maximum per orchestra open. But you have hundreds, thousands of flutists who are all at basically the same level of playing, right? Applying for the same job. So for example, when the Seattle Symphony Orchestra opened their spot for principal flute some years ago, if I'm correct, I believe there were over 500 applicants for one spot. So yes, it is. It's hard. It depends on a lot of things, because one, you have to be good enough to, make it to the final rounds. And in the final rounds, what they're looking for is your particular tone color, your particular sound, or are you malleable enough to fit in with their sound, right? That is kind of going to be the winning factor, right? Is if you actually fit with them. Because you can be an amazing flutist, but if your sound doesn't match with them or your style doesn't match with them, they will not want to play with you. There you go. Have I ever tried a Baroque flute? I have, and I loved it. So this was in, I believe, 4th year university in music school. I loved it. It opened my eyes to how to play flute Baroque music, because the Baroque flute plays Baroque music naturally. You know that kind of like sighing motif where you go, that kind of like vibe, right? You have to do it on purpose on this flute, right? But on a Baroque flute, that type of playing is completely natural. It's almost as if the flute does it for you. So a lot of the Baroque gestures that we have to manually imitate on the modern flute, the Baroque flute just does it on its own. You don't have to try. It does it by itself. And it's just like, it completely opened my eyes as to how to play Baroque music, Baroque flute music, like more accurately, and also just like it opened up the like expression and the style, the emotion of Baroque music. Totally opened that up, because if you try to play Baroque music like the way we play romantic music, it ain't gonna work. Like it just, Baroque, you have to keep in mind that Baroque music is like a good 300, 400 years old. It's like kind of in that range of 300 to 400 years old. So you have to realize that music is archaic to us. It is literally archaic. And so you kind of almost have to play an archaic instrument to kind of understand it, if that makes sense. Trumpets and overbites do not go together. I could see how that would be. My goodness. Yes. When Damare, I believe that's how you say his name, left his position at the Seattle Symphony, it opened it up to, auditions. And there were like more than 500 people. Do I teach any of my students jazz etudes? So this is interesting. I have entertained the idea of learning jazz because plenty of jazz flutists out there. But the thing is, my training is in classical flute. So I teach that best. So that's how I frame it for my students, is that you are paying me for a very specific service. And the service that you are paying for is classical flute training. Now, if you don't want classical flute training, I am not the person who can provide that service, okay? So it's not that I don't like jazz music. I love it. I love jazz music, but I don't get how to do it, if that makes sense. Like, it's not my job. It's my fun thing to do, you know? It's my downtime kind of music. Like, that kind of jazz flute sound, that is the type of music that I want to listen to in like a coffee shop. Not that you can go into coffee shops these days, but ideally, right? Like, my idea of like a good chill time is if I can bring my laptop with me to a coffee shop and like answer some emails and do some work and stuff like that, maybe a little bit of editing, but they're playing like jazz music in the background. And my favorite is when like a jazz flute kind of comes on and starts playing. That tone, that timbre is absolutely not classical flute whatsoever. And to me, it is absolutely magical and mystical and so calming, and it just is refreshing to me. You know what I mean? So, I don't get how it works. So I will not pretend that I know how it works, and I will make it very clear to my students that I don't know jazz, okay? So, but if they want to learn like classical flute tips, tricks, advice, blah, 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 I will teach that. I will teach that to jazz musicians who are specifically looking for what I can offer, right? So I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I made a video called I Used to Play Handel Romantically. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Completely forgot that I made that video. So you should study another thing like engineering or something to have a job if you can't find with an orchestra. You can, absolutely. Or you can do what I did, right? Which is become a teacher. Now, thing is, I'm very passionate about teaching. So like that's why this job is viable for me. But I had considered becoming an English teacher. I had considered becoming a visual artist. So, you know, but teaching took off. So I do that for my main living, but I have several streams of income, you know, so yeah. Opinion, the gizmo should be on the left side of the B roller. You mean D sharp roller? I mean, that would be nice. Like if it was extended over, kind of like a C sharp trill, right? Yeah, I'm down. That sounds good. If they can make that happen, I would probably actually use the gizmo more. As it stands, I really should not have paid for a gizmo because I don't use it. My hands are too small. I just don't think of using it, you know? Where did I get this shirt? From Ross. I'm one of those discount shoppers, you know? And I got it years ago in a Ross, randomly. And I love it. It's such a great shirt. It's also really thin, which is perfect for this type of weather. Are there flute teachers that specifically teach jazz? Absolutely, yes. Yes, there are. Yes, there are. However, the jazz flutist that I know is more of a performing jazz flutist than a teaching jazz flutist, but there absolutely are people who teach jazz flute, 100%. Yeah. If I'm passionate about teaching, that's like saying I'm passionate about passion and producing it in others. That's a great way of putting it. This is a very great way of putting it. How about a permanent gizmo key like on the Nagahara Mini? Yeah. Yeah. I would be down for that. Permanent gizmo effect. I don't know. Like, because here's the thing about the gizmo, like actually adding a gizmo here, like extending it out. I could get that done, but I can't really justify the cost of that, right? Because I don't even use it very much anyway. So why would I pay, right? It's a cool idea though, I will say that. It's a very cool idea. But I can't justify the cost. That's why I don't have something like a Nouveau flute, you know? I want one because it's funny, right? Like, I want to have a black plastic flute. That's funny. I love it. I love the idea of that. But that's like $200, okay? You know how much you can get with $200? You can get a lot with $200. Now, I sound very hypocritical saying it like that because I have this, okay? But just so you guys know, I saved up for this because I knew that this is what, this was on the books to get. But like the Nouveau flute doesn't really fit in there, you know what I mean? Like for $200, you can get so much sheet music, right? I could upgrade lots of things in my office, you know? But what would a Nouveau flute do? I would probably do like one stream, 2 streams here and there and then it'll just sit in my trunk forever. Whereas, something else would, be like super useful. Like for example, this microphone was like what? It was $200. This thing is $200, okay? And then I use this like every day, Like, can't justify the cost. Just can't, Alfredo, I don't know if Canada has more orchestra work. I don't know. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not very familiar with I'm not super familiar with like the orchestra kind of like job openings right now. You kind of have to like really like stay up to date with that stuff. And I don't, because that's not my field of work, right? This is my field of work. Teaching is my field of work. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I really don't know. Long thin piece of cord. You could do that. You could, but I think I would rather not. Simply because I would have to reach over, here. And then if you had that over here, that could get in the way. Like, it would have to be kind of like engineered probably by someone who actually knows what they're doing. Yeah. I know a bunch of you guys have a Nouveau. So I want one too, but like I just can't get past the $200. I cannot get past it. I can't get past it. Showcasing the custom platinum Haynes flute. I mean, like, here's the thing. What I review kind of depends on what is in stock at the Flute Center of New York, and it kind of depends on like what is like, which flute is being asked for a trial, because actual trials where people are actually going to buy the instrument will be higher priority than me reviewing it, right? Because those instruments will actually be bought. So, like, it, just so you know, it's a little bit more complicated than you guys just asking me to review a certain flute. We like to ask for your opinions, though, on what I should look at, because it will give both me and the Food Center of New York some ideas of what we could do. But it is a little bit more complicated than that, you know? Yeah. I mean, it would be fun, though. That would be a very fun video. Very fun live stream. Yeah. Yeah. So, I just took a look at the time, and we are over time now, guys. So, I am going to go take a little break before I head on over to Twitch. So, if you're not sick of me yet, and you still have some time to hang out, I will be on Twitch very soon, in approximately 14 minutes. And I'll chat with you guys first a little bit, and then I will do a little bit of practicing. I believe we are working on the first half of the second page of the second movement of the E-Bear Concerto, primarily focusing on breathing, where to breathe, and breath control. So that's what we're focusing on there. And I'm using Dennis Boryakov's recording on YouTube to kind of get a feel of where he's breathing and stuff. Very educational, very interesting. He's pretty big brain about how he breathes and where he breathes. So I've been learning a lot, and you guys can kind of learn with me. So I will see you guys really soon, all right? I love you all so very, very much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe in this crazy time. And yeah, I will see you guys over on Twitch, or at the very least, next week. Okay? See you guys later.